Hello everyone, my name is Romeo Bruno, and you guys are here in my kitchen in Seattle, Washington. And today I'm going to be making buttermilk fried chicken sandwich on a sweet potato bun with honey mustard, tarragon, aioli, arugula, and tomato. It's going to be delicious. Hopefully it's going to be delicious. But I do want to address the elephant in the room really quick. Yes, I am an African American about to fry some chicken for you guys. And I just want to talk about just what fried chicken means to me and to the culture. It may be obvious to some people may not be. But, you know, growing up, I'm from New York City originally. Growing up eating fried chicken, we would frequent, like, me and my brothers, my mom, my stepfather, we would go to Kimmy's Fried Chicken on days my mom didn't want to cook. We would go to Sylvia's, get some stuff from there, eat there. I think fried chicken is an amazing part of our culture, and it's definitely been demonized, you know, throughout history, and it's been stereotyped and made us look a certain type of way. But like, on the other hand, I also feel like fried chicken has been very beneficial to us as a culture, just in the way of like it made a lot of us first-time entrepreneurs. It gave us a safe haven to eat when we couldn't patronize certain places at one point in history. So I just want to let y'all know, like, some people might be like, yo, it's chicken, oh my God, I'm triggered, but I'm not one of those people. I embrace it. This is my first video with 252, and I definitely want to do something that means a lot to me and my culture, and especially some people back home. So yeah, the first thing we're going to be getting started is the actual sweet potato bun. All right, guys, so the first step to the buns is going to be blooming the yeast. So I have half a cup of all-purpose organic flour that's going to go in this bowl. This is half an ounce of dry active yeast I'm going to throw in there, and half a cup of warm water. I'll mix that up, make sure it's all in there. And then we'll set this to the side and let it start to bloom. Maybe like 20 minutes, we'll check it. All right, so the yeast, as you can see from all these little bubbles right here, is activated. And I want to rewind. It's actually a quarter of an ounce of yeast, so that's my bad. And then we're gonna add to this, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of honey. That'll give the bread a little bit of sweetness, bring out more sweetness from the sweet potato. 1 cup of pre-mashed sweet potatoes. So I didn't do this on camera, but pretty much I salted some water and did a potato and a half, a sweet potato and a half, boiled them skin off for like 15-20 minutes till they were like fork tender, let them cool, mashed them, got myself a cup of that, so I'm gonna add that to it. And we're also gonna crack 1 medium egg to that, tablespoon of salt. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of melted butter to that. And then we mix, we're just gonna incorporate this, break that egg up. And this was actually one of the first breads I've ever baked. All right, now that that's mixed, I have in total about 3 cups of AP, all-purpose organic flour, and we're gonna put all of this into this, but in increments, just until we get a nice dough form. So I'm gonna start with about that much. Get it mixed. We're gonna go to hands pretty fast too. And also, if you have a stand mixer, that would definitely help, but we don't have one here, so. I'm gonna transfer this out the bowl onto here. And we're gonna start kneading it on here. I'm gonna scrape all this flour, this excess flour I had in the bowl. And like, bread making varies, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it depends on like the humidity in your house. So like the 3 cups of flour, especially with this bread, you can definitely work it by feel. It's like, I want it to be sticky, but not too sticky. I'm gonna add a little bit more flour to it though. But as you can see, I think this is getting there, bro. So now that I got my dough ready, I washed out my bowl. I'm gonna lightly oil it with just a nice neutral oil. Get all around it, so that way when it's done proofing and rising. It'll be a little bit easier to get out. Take my dough. I'm gonna cover it with a nice clean cloth. I'm gonna let this rise for about 2 hours. Alright, so now this is what you guys been waiting for. The marination of the chicken. So here I have about 5 pieces of local free-range organic chicken thigh. And we're just gonna pretty much cover this enough buttermilk. I'll say this is like a cup and some change of buttermilk just to like cover it. Some hot sauce. People have different preferences on hot sauce, and I'll say it's about 3 tablespoons. I like a lot of hot sauce. A good amount of black pepper. Some oregano. Good amount of salt, season. A little garlic powder. Some onion powder. And the secret, I feel like it's the secret, some celery seed, a really good amount of celery seed. That'll definitely make it pop. But then we just pretty much mix and marinate that. And me personally, for fried chicken sandwiches, I prefer chicken thigh. I know some people will be like, oh, chicken breast, blah, 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 but like, I just been a thigh guy always. I think it holds flavor more, and yeah, especially that buttermilk. So make sure it's all submerged, and then I'll wrap this up, and this will probably marinate for the next 2 to 3 hours, and while that bread is rising. All right, so now I'm gonna do the honey mustard tarragon aioli. So I have 3 egg yolks in here. I just broke up. I have a tablespoon of mashed up confit garlic that I'm gonna add to it. About a small bunch of tarragon and some stone ground mustard. I'm gonna add a little bit to it now. That's half a cup. And I have about a tablespoon and a half of champagne vinegar. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of local organic honey. Now I just have like a super neutral oil. I'm gonna start by slowly adding some oil to that. Getting a little arm workout. Some of that vinegar for some acid. There we go. And I'm gonna add that garlic confit now. And the thing with herbs like this, you don't want to roughly chop it and bruise them too much. So I'm just gonna like try to go through them once. Just dice it very small. Because yeah, once you start to bruise them, they get just darker. I'll say a little bit more bitter too. So now that we have that, let's see if I need to add the rest. Now mustard, I still have a little bit. I still have like half a cup, but I want to just mix this around and taste it. Tablespoon honey. I would say definitely some more mustard. And that's it. That's the tarragon honey mustard. Aioli, super bright. We got a nice, really strong mustard flavor in there. That tarragon is hitting. Slightly sweet from the honey. All right, so it's been about 2 hours since we put the bread to rest, and it has risen. And as you can see, it's hella doubled in size. Take this out. And while we're patting this out, I'm gonna try to get it into some type of shape for when we cut. So, and I'm using my dullest knife right here, pretty much to just cut this into 4 pieces. And I'll take one of those pieces. And we'll cut that into 2. And this, so you can get 8 large buns from this. We're gonna grab one of the pieces, pretty much turn the dough inside of itself like that until it becomes nice and round. And then we're gonna use the friction from our hands and the table to just like roll this. into a nice circular ball, and we're gonna push it down because we're gonna let this rise again, but actually in the shape of a bun. So you see, like that. I have a little joint right here for them. I'll give them some nice bit of space. I'll show you guys one more of these. Alright, so we got 8 buns. And what we're gonna do with these, we're gonna let them rest again for about another hour. Yeah. Hopefully they'll be looking plump. What's this? And for this, like, it's a little bit warm in my crib right now, but just to keep it a little bit warm, I have the pilot light on in my oven. I'm gonna just like drop on this out here for the next hour at the bottom. Oven is off though. Yeah, another hour we'll see that those buns. All right, so the buns are out of the oven. I'm done proofing, and they've doubled the size a little bit too. So now I'm gonna egg wash these, and I'm gonna hit it up with a little Maldon salt and a little sesame seed. I'm just gonna get all around. That's gonna help it get really golden brown, delicious. Also, I set my oven at 375, and these should be done in about 10 minutes. I'll check them in maybe 7. I like a lot of sesame seeds. They'll get nice and toasty. Now these will go in my oven for about, I said 10 minutes. I'll check them at 7, rotate them, and see what's up. I'm gonna slide them in there now. And we're gonna put these in the middle rack. Here. Alright, so now that the buns are cooling down, I'm gonna start dredging this chicken. I got my oil preheating over here. I'm gonna try to keep one wet hand, one dry hand. So the chicken's been marinating for about 3 hours. So I'm gonna take it straight out. I'll do 2 at a time. I'll just throw some flour on top. We have a plate right here, but I'm gonna dredge that. Just continue doing such with the rest of these pieces. So now that the oil is pretty hot and ready, you can see by this little piece right here, nice and crispy. So I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna put one piece at a time. I'm cooking in my large. It's not like the biggest, but I just like to move it around a little bit. We'll just do one piece at a time. Alright, so now we're gonna assemble the sandwich. So we got the chicken here, got a nice bun, heirloom tomato, some wild arugula. Let's bust this bun open. Let's see how it's looking on the inside. Got that super soft. Some of that first. A nice juicy chicken sandwich. Crunchy, got a nice bit of acid from the mustard. The tomato is nice and juicy too. Taste that celery seed. And the chicken and onion powder coming through. The sweet potato bun, super soft. Please make this. Let me know what you guys think of it. And if you guys want to see me make some more stuff, comment, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, to Food 52's YouTube channel. Also follow me on Instagram.